Hi everyone, it is so nice to be back. Hello, how are you doing? Carol here. I am going to walk you through the card that I made after I made the wreath using the Woodless Altenew watercolor pencils. So there's the wreath to the lower left, and now I'm going to break into my Anna Griffin stash. I tell you what, I just found Anna Griffin, I would say 3 or 4 months ago, and I ended up, as I'm searching here, this is all Anna Griffin that I am looking at. Her cardstock, her card bases, they're so thick, it's unbelievable. And you can see I've already broke into her gold paper. It comes in all 2 sizes actually. I'm just getting out some leftovers from Anna Griffin dies that I have, and these are edge dies. And I've already cut them, so I thought I'm going to use that. It's out of the gold, thick gold cardstock. And look at all of this goodness. Not only do I have the card blanks for making cards and designing, look at the colored vellum. This vellum is super thick, my friends. It's awesome. The colors are awesome. Look at this red for Christmas and the true red and green colors. And now this is the foil colored cardstock, just a ton. And I'm going to explain why I have 8 billion things from Anna Griffin. Besides the fact I'm waiting for 2 more orders to come in, but I did buy the ticket to join the Create 6 virtual schoolroom with the Anna Griffin. It was a 3-day event. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then all day. It started at 10 and it ended at 9 in the evening. And you learn so much. These are actual rub-ons and stickers and placements for your sentiment. You received, after, I'm Canadian, so I ended up having to pay $600 to join, but I got 2 gigantic boxes from Anna Griffin with her Anna Griffin logo, and oh yeah, that's nice. And it had an invitation, and then you had a number that you had to put in. It was $450 American, and then $450, probably about 6. Oh, I'll explain that story. I ended up being able to get it. There was 300 tickets left. Here I'm going through all of these cards, fronts and backs. And you can cut these out, which I did. I'm going to show you how I made these work for me. Now, isn't that beautiful? I picked 2 of these, the beautiful pink, and then I chose the chocolate brown for the green wreath here with the gold. It's a deep, deep chocolate, and I just love it. And we're going to gold this out. It's raining gold. I think you're going to love this 4-sided card with matching envelope. It was so much fun doing a virtual 3-day class. Anna Griffin mailed you these 2 boxes stacked full of dies, cardstock, everything that you see here. And it was all specially packaged per class. It was amazing, just amazing. There's the chocolate brown I ended up using. Now, I really didn't, I've been crafting here on YouTube for about 6 years, and only through my friend Gail did I find, from Georgia, hey Gail, did I find Anna Griffin and her beautiful, beautiful products. I couldn't believe it. So I have been purchasing them because they're thick cardstock. You know that I like that. Here is the antique white cardstock, super thick. I'm making my own card base. The card is actually 5 3/4 by 7 1/4. So that's why I made the card base. And this antique white, which is like a nice green cream, goes with the envelopes that I received. And this envelope that I picked out is 6 by 8. Now I have a couple of stash or tutorials, not stash, some shopping tutorials that I did that I will show you the I call them dust covers, that covers the entire project that you do and that are big enough if you add flowers or tons of dimension. And you know I do add a lot of dimension. So I'm going to walk you through the process of my supplies here from Anna Griffin and the wreath that I created with the Altenew Woodless Watercolor pencils that I love. Here I am taking a reversed circle punch. It just cuts out a tag. As you can see, I guess they call it a tag punch just to give a little bit of interest. I want to add another cream layer underneath this, and I want to punch it out with the same, I call it a reverse circle. I don't know why. It's a tag punch, I suppose. And I'm going to put that underneath so I have a lot of weight to my card and a lot of interest. So here's the placement. So here's where I have to decide where my gold, these are edge dies, they call them, I guess. Beautiful dies. I can't wait to do my haul video. That's it, my haul video, and show you some of Anna Griffin products. I think you will absolutely fall in love with it if you love to create vintage or shabby chic or your own one-of-a-kind, real plush cards. I'm putting down my foam tape. This is not as thick as the Scotch tape is. It's, I'd say, half of what the Scotch tape roll, and it's half the, well, this gigantic roll, I think I showed it before, was only, I'm pretty sure it was $7.99. I'll leave the link. And it's a gargantuous roll, just like the Scotch roll is, and it's sticky times 5,000. Super sticky. And I want to thank you for coming over and watching my tutorial on the Woodless Watercolor Pencils. And this is what I create. Excuse me. Yeah, oh, that's cream paper. I hope your paws are clean. I think they are. You can see how I punched out the tag punch in the corners. I added another one to raise it up with that foam on the back. Now I'm going to add the gold, but I don't want to waste this gold die, this edge die, so I'm going to cut it in half and put the little flower edges that I'm covering up there to the outside. So I will put this down. It's raised up as well with that foam. I will leave a link to that. I bought that at Stamplicity here in Port Colborne. I will leave the link to Stamplicity's shop. It is only about 15 minutes from my home, so it's wonderful if I want to. If I see something I like, I just call Brenda and she puts it aside or orders it for me. And I was there yesterday and I bought some fabulous things that I think you will enjoy seeing in case you're interested in them for your craft room to add to your stash. Yeah, isn't that what we do? We add to the stash. So let's get out my Fiskars cutter, making sure you have a cutter that's nice and sharp so you're not pulling on this because it is really an intricate die. I'm going to cut it right down the center, and I'm going to have to cut two of them because I want that flower in the upper corner there to the left. It kind of matches the stamp that I used. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll tuck that in. When I received these two big boxes, and I will show you a picture of them at the end of this tutorial, it was unbelievable. The organization of each project. You did, I think you did 4 projects or 5 projects per day, 5 classes. And then you had all the dies, the ribbon, the paper, the vellum, the rub-ons, you name it, and it was in this beautiful organizational folders that you could see through. It was well worth the money because she couldn't have the Create 6 live. It used to be in Atlanta, I heard, in a beautiful hotel. They would put you up and then you would fly there and you would get all of these products. I don't know how you'd fly them home because I'm not kidding. I could barely pick up the 2 big boxes that arrived at my house to bring it up into my craft space. So I'm super excited. I just ended up getting it all organized and put away. I'm putting some adhesive on here. I'm using the art glitter glue. But when you do this, I just dot certain sections. I've learned that if you go around too much of it, it is going to ooze out for my beginner friends that you're just getting into crafting. Just little dots around here and there, especially on the edges, and it will secure wonderfully. You will really enjoy this. And I'm getting used to using Anna Griffin products with her flowers. They're stickers, you peel off the back. But I'm going to tell you, I made them 3-dimensional, and they're just like stamping and die cutting them yourself. But you're getting the pleasure of having it completed and taking the backing off. And before you take the backing off, you can get your styling tool and you can dimensionalize those flowers, cut them, stack them. There's so many things you can do with these gorgeous flowers that look like you stamped and die cut them yourself. They truly do. And I have really grown to love her products. It was kind of relaxing to take this 3-day event, although I was not feeling well. It was nice to watch and learn how to use her dies and incorporate all of her products. So here we go with this big roll of runner tape. And I want to stress when I put this link for you, not only is it inexpensive, it is by far the stickiest tape I have found out there. Now another thing you could do, you could cut around the edge of this beautiful pattern in the center and raise it up on another card base if you would like to get that high dimensional look in your card. And you know I like the weight of it. Here comes some of those gorgeous stickers. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is on 110-pound cardstock at least. These are actual stickers. I peel back, but I also put the glue on the back to secure it. But these are the closest thing that I have ever seen to realism, like stamping and die cutting and coloring it in. Even though they're flat, you can make them dimensional. And look at the beautiful sentiments that you can use in the background. And I was sold the first time I watched an Anna Griffin video on YouTube a few months back. Right away, I knew that these supplies would be something I would like to have in my stash and to support Anna Griffin as far as her products are concerned. I think they are on top. If you look at my stamped image of the wreath to the left there, and then you look at one of the flower stickers that's about 120 weight cardstock, you cannot tell the difference between one, there it is side by side, and the other. And you can fussy cut and stack them as high as you want. You can watercolor on it because of the thickness of the cardstock. You can paint, not only paint, excuse me, but you can take your pencils and color just with your, Prisma pencils to bring up the shading in certain areas if you like to do that. I want to show you that I added 2 or 3 layers of the flowers, the leaves, and look at that beautiful filigree. If I had, excuse me, I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, Goan press foil thingy machine. If you had that and did it on my 140-pound cardstock, that filigree would be identical to me doing it myself. Now, how quick and easy is that to have them there? And like I said with the Altenew pencils, this product is affordable. I'm just putting some glue dots to raise it up on the certain areas here, and then I'll put glue where I didn't have any glue dots because I raised up the sentiment. and it says sending joy. And honestly, my friends, you will not be disappointed when you check out Anna Griffin's link. I'm taking off some of the leaves just so it's not overdone. It's on the edges that I cover up this beautiful gold cardstock front. It's the front of that card that I cut down. So I put that one there, and then I'm going to add something. I think I put something blue. It's hard for me to remember here. I just did this yesterday, and I added this cluster. It looks like lilacs. And hi everybody, it's nice to see you. I don't know why I put my bee right there because it's covering up my flower. Yes, hello. Be gone with you now. Thank you. Still like to have fun on my tutorials, you know that. So I covered up the one type of flower. I don't know if it's a hyacinth. I'm not really good on flowers, but I covered the top half with lilac, little lilac flowers that kind of matched my actual wreath, lifted it up, and then you can put your distress ink on the edges, but I kept mine clean. It's almost the first time. Look at that little bit of height you get from that foam tape, that sticky foam tape. And I left all my edges white because I didn't change up anything throughout this four-sided creation that I did, and I didn't mind it at all. Generally, you know, I cover the edges with either a Tim Holtz black pen or ink, or I match it with the color that's on the specific stamped image. But this time I just, after I pick that out, all I need to do is grab my scissors, right, and go scissor crazy. But I drive some people nuts, right, Dina? So here we go. I'm going to straighten this card base up because I'm going to put this, I think, on the top. I end up putting a layer of the cream cardstock on all four sides. Before I even begin to create on the card, you can see I'm punching it out with this little tag punch. And I always say it's an inverted circle. I don't know what they call this thing. And I just think it's beautiful. And I did the edges with it. So adding this and lifting it up, giving it some height, adds this class, this Victorian shabby chic look. And I was having a blast yesterday putting this together. And it is my style of making cards, yet because everything is stamped and everything is prepared for you as far as the flowers being stickers, that you can spend your time doing the all of the 3D effect that you want. You can spend that on your stickers later if that's what you want to do, but you can use it flat and still produce a lot of cards in one sitting. And that's what I'm finding. When I was thinking of putting one of these down. I ended up cutting in the middle, but I don't think I used this specific one. I think I switched over to the green. Anna is very color coordinated in her paper products and everything she puts out. They all match. And yes, she has stamps. She has dies that cut out her sentiment stamps and other stamps she has. And yes, she has her own inks that all match the line of papers that she carries. So in her color line, she's very organized. She's very vintage, She just, produces things that I like to craft with. So I will be using some of these dies in upcoming videos, and also her sentiments and all her other delicious sticker fun that she has. I'm going to show you some of the paper, like the rose gold paper, the gold, the off gold. Gold galore. I am going to show you that in my stash because Not only did I receive in these boxes a huge amount of stash paper, collections and gold paper in 3 of her different sizes that you can purchase. Yes, I did use the gold. Isn't that beautiful? And this is for the upper section of the card that I'm creating now. I wanted to do all sides for you so that you could be inspired and take one of the looks. If you have a flower, we all have flower stamps and dies that match that we could do this with as well. That wreath is stamped and die cut and colored with the Altenew Woodless Watercolor Pencils. So I just took a sticker over and tried to match the flowers as close as I could. And what's nice about this particular sticker, it has the filigree that I used on the front of the card, has the flowers, the leaves, and it all intermingles with Anna. All her products come together, and I like that. It keeps your mind organized when you order them, and it's like any other, company that produces these intricate dies that we love to use. Here I took 2 of the lilac stamps and I intertwined them so that it looked like a circle of lilacs. Doesn't it? I just think it's so pretty. And without doing any of the edges, you could take the lilac from the mini cube from Tim Holtz of the Distress inks or the oxide inks, go over the edges, and you could use a little foam brush and paint it onto the stickers and then add some layers. Like the sky's the limit when it comes to this amount of fun. Yeah. And I would have never thought in 1,000 years that I would love stickers like this. And I have truly fallen in love. See how my background paper there with the little punched out edges is behind there, and then you have all of this gold. Now this could be a birthday card. I wanted to throw this in as a reminder to me that you could make a card like this for Christmas, for birthday, for graduation, so many things. And what I like and what I think I'm going to love futuristically is the fact that I can create, having all the supplies right by me. I don't have to stamp them, ink them, unless I want to. I peel off the back and add it to my project, layer it up as many times as I want. Here I'm adding the pearls. Now, these are the mini micro pearls I'm putting in the center of these little pansies or lilac type flowers. But you can take your Copic marker and color each one of them from dark to light. You don't have to leave it, in the pearl, the natural state there of the pearl color. You can color these up to be so pretty because you can match the color of the little flower with the Copic that you use to color your pearl. So, and then you can get in there with your pencils or your Copics. Even your Copics would be wonderful to Copic color the leaves and the flowers. Look at that. And all I did was intertwine 2 of the flat stickers to make a nice 3-dimensional stickers, as I did right here. Is this not beautiful? I truly, truly love this. And as you can see, as you're looking at it with me, it is dimensional, both the top and the bottom, and you're able to close the card. I did put, when I scored it, I did put a gusset in there, just 1 score over, so because I knew I'm going to have some type of lift on it. Now, here's my stamp, and it's flat, and my die, that die cut it from memory box that I showed you yesterday. And you can raise this up as well. You can die cut and color another one, cut out the little flower images and put them here and there so it looks 3-dimensional. I did grab another one of the edge dies and took out a piece so that it would be on the inside of my wreath. These are Anna Griffin square foam dots to lift up my project, and you can buy Anna Griffin foam I can't get it, foam dots. I always take the backs up and then add glue, but there's 4 different sizes, I think, in a package. I'm going to leave the link for that because, especially being American, you're paying good prices. And even me switching it over to Canadian funds, it is a good product because you're going from the micro little wee glue dots, dimensionals that you put on the back to lift up your projects, to a large square that you can put on there. So I'll leave the link so you can take a look at it and see what you think. I decided to turn this into a Christmas card. So you can see the Tim Holtz Merry Christmas die in the upper left. I'm going to use that not only, well, I think I use it just for the front of the envelope. And you're going to really like the concept of that. And she has rub-ons that are out of this world. My order, I have 2 orders from Anna Griffin. I'm hoping that they will drop it off today. I don't know, with you having your Thanksgiving Day, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Here I had these butterflies in my stash that match some of the flowers colors that I used in this wreath when I was watercoloring it. And it just took over for me. It was too big. There was just something about it. I took it off. I'm going to use it somewhere else. And I think you'll agree with me that it will look better on the envelope. So I had in my stash, I had pre-cut some of the Merry Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? It is just beautiful. There's 2 sizes of these dies with the Tim Holtz die package here. And the gold, it depends on you what color. This is the rose gold that I have the Merry Christmas on there. Love the font. It is so pretty. And I was thinking of just putting on the back of the card because that's what I'm working on here, but totally changed it up when I started going. I wanted to have a large die cut, a large intricate Anna Griffin die cut on the back. I thought of putting a floating Merry Christmas on there like I did with another video. I showed you how to put a floating sentiment so it looks like it's just floating in the air and it doesn't have anything holding it there. I'll leave that video. I did it probably about 4 years ago. It's an A2. Whenever you see my videos from time gone by, when I first started, I started doing A2 size cards. So I've really moved up, haven't I, in size. Now my cards are super thick, super big, and I love it. So here we go. I'm taking another, this is a card, an actual card from Anna Griffin. Look how thick the card stock is. I didn't mind cutting it because it was getting in my way. I want to use this square. I love the flat gold on this. Although it does shine, it is more or less a flat gold. And I ended up taking it down even a little more. I found it to be just a little big when I start, oh, get those scissors away from me, right? When I start die cutting. If I get some scissors, I am really going to take it down. And I think I did take it down with scissors if my memory serves me right. And yeah, I'm trying to get a little situated. Here we go. Even though I did punch out the edges, I took this down a bit. And I'm going to dot up my glue in my fine liner little pinchy thing. Oh, yes. Oh, look at there. Get out of the way. Oh, yeah. You better move it when I've got my die cutter. I was just looking at it again on the side here. I just think that's the cutest little transition to add in there. So now I'm cutting it out. Oh, I didn't use my scissors. Fancy that. So I know for sure it's going to be straight because I didn't have any scissors involved with that. So I cut it down just a little bit, and it's hard for me to not color the edges, with the gold ink and just, hide the white, but I didn't. I stayed true throughout the whole four-sided card and envelope to keeping the edges white, all white. It's all white with me, if it's all white with you. And here I am just filling in the spaces with this super sticky tape. And yeah, that doesn't go. Boy, you can tell. Oh, no, you don't want it sideways either. So set it aside, get that envelope. I have sweet and sassy scripture verses for Christmas cards to add to. I took those out as well. And I'm not sure if I decided to use one. I don't think I did. I think I stuck with the sticker thing going on. And you can see I'm just dotting it up here and there, just lining a few areas that I know it's going to stay and not leak out. Isn't that the key? It's especially using gold. If you get that tape on the gold, you end up with these smudge marks. And the only way I found to take that off is by using the baby wipe and going over it, because the baby wipe will work. I'm using the paper towel just to get it down, and that's a really light hand that I'm rubbing it with. So here we go. We are getting, we're getting through it. I'm going to take out my Anna Griffin magnet plate and running that through my blessings. I love it because I use the gold for blessings. I just did the whole thing, even the ghosting. I'll set it aside in one of my dust cover bags and put it in with the die. But I'm going to cut this out in the gold, and then I'm going to take Anna Griffin's, look how nice and thick that is. That's her, I like to say acetate. Is it acetate? No, acetate's clear. This is the, I just sat back for a minute. It's vellum. Remember how I always get that? I get the acetate and vellum. So confused. It's just a couple of words that just throw me off. But you can see, since I got the Empress machine, I have been cutting right on the magnet platform and love it. I have this little tool. It has like a cutter blade, but I reverse it so it's not cutting. It's just on the metal part, and it takes all the little guts off of my platform, and I can move forward. And this is so pretty. I love this word, and I have quite a few blessing stamps and dies that go together. And this one I got at Stamplicity a couple of months ago. So pretty. And then you back it up with the vellum. And because it's a nice thick vellum, it really shows up instead of getting lost in the card. It shows up for me, and I like that. I decided to put it on the bottom of the card. There's, in this project, I just kind of got so enthralled with the creating of it because it was so simple. I had so many things to work with using the Anna Griffin supplies. And, it was just making up my mind which flowers, which stickers, which sentiments I wanted to use. Isn't that a pretty font? And I put it on the back. I have the little gold peeking through my wreath. And there's the Altenew painting with the Woodless Watercolor Pencils on this stamp and die from Memory Box. That is a lovely stamp and die, isn't it? Nice size. And like I said, this is 5 3/4 by 7 1/4 inch card base. My envelope is 6 by 8. And they're in the cream, nice and thick, easy peasy to create on the envelope as well. Isn't that nice? Now I'm going to move on to the beautiful envelope. And I would have used this die cut, this side border die cut that I used in the card, but it was a little short. I think it's pretty when you have something on the inside of your envelope when you open it up, the person opens it up. But I set that aside. I am going to use the Merry Christmas here on the card base that we cut down. And it has that cream color to match the envelope in the background. It has a different gold color. You know, you can see that it's a rose gold. And I think that'll come back to me, that color of gold that I bought there. And now we're going to get into these beautiful, what do you call them? I'm looking for the right thing. Oh, there's the right colors. These are the rub-ons. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Can you see how thin and intricate the pattern is? Oh, with the filigree, the flowers. I think it's very nice to put this card in with a gift at Christmas. I won't be able to mail it now unless I put it in a mailer envelope, which I could do that, or make a box for it, you know. But I'm trying to cut it down enough so that I can squeeze it in the corner there and then rub it right onto the envelope. I've got it right there. Yay! It's on there. And then I think this is just paste, you know, my plastic. What I meant to say is you have to be careful that you lift it up. I left that was a painter's palette thing, you know, for putting my gesso on. But here I went right to my metal knife and I'm watching as I'm lifting it. But they're so fresh and clean. I didn't mind that not being there because it's tucked under. But isn't that pretty? It adds a little bit of black and onto that rub-on. They're so, you know, if you get an old rub-on, you know they crack all over the place. Not these. These are beautiful. Once you press them down and then you get your pokey tool, you lift up the covering for it, and it is gorgeous, just gorgeous. And you can add to them. You can put a little rub on there if I show you. Yeah, and add to it, you know, with some more leaves or, you know, a few flowers. They're just very, very elegant to me, and especially being rub-ons. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to add one to the flip of the envelope here. And so you're going to have to turn your envelope around, right, when you go to put it down. Isn't this spray of flowers gorgeous? All the colors match the wreath that I colored in on the front of my card right here. I love the spray of flowers. So nice, so quick, and so easy. And it looks like, you know, we spent hours doing it. That's the beauty of getting a good rub-on. So you start it, then I'll turn it around. I'll lift it up when I, you know, think that I've got enough of it added to the actual paper. There we go. And then just as I'm going, I'm lifting, adding pressure, lifting, adding more oh, there she is. Now you can add some pressure using a nice face cloth, like a soft felt cloth, not a face cloth, but a cloth, or you know, the ones you wipe your car or truck down with, or you can just use a paper towel or your hand lightly to add the pressure. Here I'm showing you, it's not a lot of lift, but I do have three-dimensional structure going on in this card, and I just think it is so pretty. It's just a pretty card. Look at that die cut from Anna Griffin. It is beautiful. And I thought of putting this here, but I thought, no, that's where that butterfly is going to go. And look at this sentiment, all raised up, all stamped out in gold, just for you. So it says, Merry Christmas, just for you. And I think it's just lovely. So I'm really happy with the cream. Something about cream, isn't it? When you make cards, having the envelope the same colored cream. It is truly really nice. And I'm not even sure if I left that in there. I don't think I did. I put it inside. I call them my dust covers. When I show you the orders that I got in, I'm going to show you the bags that I ordered and where they're from and how beautiful they are and how the sizes for your cards will match. Because they come in such different sizes, I think it's nice. I'll make out a little piece of paper with the sizes for you in the next tutorial because I'm going to do that other wreath, and I'll have it on there. So if you go to order the bags, you know which bags will fit. And if you use like large flowers and three-dimensional cards and you want to have more room in those, I call them dust bags, keeps the dust off. So you're going to have to think about that. So I will leave you what I ordered for the different dimensional cards that I know that I make, and I'm going to need those covers for. Now I needed to have bows, of course. Now Anna Griffin has gorgeous, chunky, big, beautiful matching bows to all the color of her cardstock and the elements that she sells. She matches it up with the bows, but I couldn't find the bag. It was driving me crazy, so I just went to my own stash and took out a package of that my friend Debbie made all of these bows and sent them to me. I did that in a video, and they're fine, they're sweet, they don't overdo stuff, but I do like the pink. I like the pink in the flowers that I colored with the watercolors there on the wreath. So I'm putting one to each side. There's a close-up of the watercoloring. Easy peasy, my friends. Don't let watercoloring intimidate you. It is so relaxing. And if you have a paper towel to sop up your mistakes, you're off and running. You can start. Stop and start, and just create and have fun with your coloring. And as you can see, this die cut is flat, just like these stickers are. There's the blessings with the beautiful vellum underneath. I added the pearls to the corners. I thought that just did a little something to the card. Love the sparkle glitter as the card base under there, you know, and this is an actual card. So I thought, okay, Carol, just put it over the top. Just pearl it right out. I had these gold pearls. They had a gold tint to them, and I thought they would look so pretty on the top here. And I just had enough to do the top. I didn't have tons of them because they are a gold pearl, and I don't know, they were hard to find. So I must have used them for an album or something. And I added that to the top. Oh yeah, right over the top, isn't it? If you're going to make a card like this, go right over the top. Just have some fun, use up some of your stash, and it just screams pretty. And look it. It's so pretty. I started growing a flower right in the midst of my card. Yes, even my card got excited about seeing all these flowers. Just wonderful. And I'm so glad you joined me for the making of this card and envelope after I finished giving my review of the Altenew Woodless Watercolor Pencils. It was only fitting to apply that wreath that I watercolored into a card. I put the little bow on the inside where it says Christmas Joy, and I kind of pulled in the pink flowers on the top there, the pink card base, and I just loved it. I just loved it. I loved creating it for you. And I hope you were inspired as you watched me do this. Now that little butterfly, I'm trying to figure out, where is that butterfly going to go? There's my dimensional lilacs, dimension on the bottom. Nobody would know that those are stickers. Nobody. Because that wreath is stamped and die cut, and it's flat. I had to take this off because I needed to raise it up just a bit. So there you have it, my friends. So beautiful, I think. That's my opinion of this card. I think it's just beautiful. And if you like to create on all four sides of your cards like I do, you are going to have a blast with these Anna Griffin dies, stamps, florals, filigree. Anna has it all on her website that you can choose from. And it is affordable. I'm just seeing if it looks good to have a little pearl there. But obviously I didn't think it did. And isn't that pretty? I like it. I like when you do a project and you're satisfied with it. There's the matching envelope. Christmas, Merry Christmas, just for you on the bottom. And that sticker is raised up 3 times. That's oblong one there. And I think it's beautiful. Love, 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 love the rub-ons. That I think is my favorite that I received in this bundle. I think it's my favorite. And I think if you saw it in person, you would have to agree. So here we go. Florals, bird. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah. Oh, I really like those bags. There they are. I just got this order in a couple of days ago as well. So it was wonderful to have this size of dust cover for my card and the envelope when you give it away. I keep the envelope on the bottom of the card and slide it into my dust cover there to keep the dust off and put it in with a gift. I think this just says elegant, don't you? I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful project. I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy I got to join you and that I am feeling better. And I'm off to create the other wreath card, the green and the gold. And I'm going to use Anna Griffin Products as well because they're all there for you, my friends. You just open it up and all the goodness, just spread it out on your work surface and have a blast. I'm not going to close this. I do add that side die right there, the filigree die. I put it right in there in case they want to add it to the envelope themselves. I'm taking some pictures with my iPad so I can put it on my Instagram. I'm sorry I got that in the tutorial. Just snapping pictures. Yeah. And on my video yesterday, I forgot to take a picture. So I ended up putting a picture up from me, whatever. So this morning I couldn't wait to get in there and take a picture of the card and the Altenew pencils and put it on YouTube as a, so that you could see it. So anyway, that's the story with where that went. Now I'm going to thank you so very much for the comments you always send me. You inspire me. Thank you for subscribing. A warm welcome to my new subscribers. And of course, I'm going to see you in the next video shortly. So let's have a great day. You enjoy your Thanksgiving Day. If you're my American friends, I'm thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers. So I will see you soon. Bye now.